has a lot of people really a little pissed off for his take on the backlash against fat shaming. Take a look.
Fat shaming doesn't need to end. It needs to make a comeback. Some amount of shame is good. We shame people out of smoking and into wearing seatbelts. We shame them out of littering, and most of them out of racism. Shame is the first step in reform. It's what goads people into saying, maybe I can do better, as opposed to, I'm always perfect the way I am, how dare you.
So late show host James Corden responded to him a few days later. Watch the clip.
We know that being overweight isn't good for us, and I've struggled my entire life trying to manage my weight, and I suck at it. It's proven that fat shaming only does one thing: it makes people feel ashamed. And shame leads to depression, anxiety, and self-destructive behavior. Self-destructive behavior like overeating. While you're encouraging people to think about what goes into their mouths, just think a little harder about what comes out of yours.
There's so many things to say, but do you think Bill is going to, do you think he will hear what James is saying to him?
I think he loves it. I think he wants us to do exactly what we're doing right now, and that's talk about him, make a headline. He's provocative. Isn't that what Bill Maher, that's what we know him for? But James Corden couldn't have said it any better, and I think he speaks for so many people. Look, I'm a thin woman, so like, it is what it is. But when I was very pregnant with twins, I remember I couldn't get up the stairs walking up the subway. I couldn't breathe. Everything hurt in my body. And I looked at the woman next to me, I'll never forget this, and she was a lot older. She was struggling. She was very heavy and had some health problems. And I said in that moment, I will always have so much empathy for people that struggle to walk up the stairs, because who wants to wake up in the morning and say, I want to be obese.
Right.
I want to be in pain. I want my back to hurt. Yeah. I want to struggle to breathe. No one is saying that.
No.
And you only make it worse when you shame people. That is something I think we've all experienced, whether it's fat shaming, whether it is shaming on anything in life, really. That's how we respond.
I think the issue that I had with it is that, you know, he doesn't understand that a lot of the reasons that people are obese, there are a lot of socioeconomic characteristics that go along with it. There are food deserts in low-income and impoverished communities. I've always also been pretty thin, but a lot of my family members were not, because we were poor, we lived in a food desert, and it was very difficult to get healthy, good food, Bill Maher. And so, you know, when you want to sort of pontificate about this stuff, think about why there are reasons why mothers are maybe not feeding their children the healthiest
And sometimes
they're
people
doing
are just
the best
big.
they can.
They're just
and
big
sometimes
people.
they're just
big people. So you know what? If you've not walked in the shoes, walk next to somebody. Be quiet.
Yeah, we were talking about James Corden and fat shaming.
Right.
And I just want to say, if I weren't fat shamed, I wouldn't have a career. Laura Ingraham said that I was too plus size to be on TV. Shout out, Laura, I'm on The View and you're not. And it literally sparked so much outrage because people don't like it when you're talking about women's weight. I'm fat shamed every day. Every day somebody on Twitter is like, you're too fat to be on The View, blah, blah, blah. It is so cruel.
Clearly you've not seen behind me.
But I think that I struggle with my weight, and when I go, I like go way up. I'm like 20 pounds up, 20 pounds down, 30 pounds up, 30 pounds down. Like, I struggle with it.
Right.
And that's not even compared to like people in my life who are obese, who really struggle.
Right.
And I think we need to have compassion towards people who are struggling in life in general. And as you said, so much about obesity in this country is about poverty and access to health care. And so I think that was left out of it. But I'm conflicted because I wouldn't have met my husband if he weren't a guest on Bill Maher. So I always have a tiny little place in my heart for Bill Maher.
Well, you can have a place for him, but for people who suffer
he was a jackass in this
thyroid
subject.
issues.
Yeah,
that's very real.
You don't know who's suffering. You don't know why someone is the way that they are. So rather than shame them, if you really want to like try to find a way to help, go up and say hi and maybe have a conversation before you get to the shaming part, because you don't know how people live.
Also,
I know that.
Also, everyone's aware of their size. Like, I'm aware that most stores I go into don't carry my size. Like, I'm aware. Yeah, all the people who work normally at high-end stores are total bitches about it.
We make clothes for your size.
They do.
Yes,
your
we
line
do.
does.
Yes, we do.
By Whoopi does.
That's right, baby. That's right. I'm giving this to you. Do you love it?
I love it.
Okay.
But I love most things that you carry.
Thank
And I'm
you.
not just saying that because we work together.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, you don't know somebody's story until you know their story.
I promise you, if you hear the story, he would probably have something different to say.
Or
if
just
he cared.
don't, clean your own house.
Yeah.
Clean your house before you start pooping in somebody else's yard. That's how I look at it.